Hey Waffles, it's me, Lars, and today I'm gonna be giving you the very first episode of another brand new show here on Waffles with Nerds, in which I'll be giving you top 10s or 5s or whatever actually. Starting with today's episode, top 10 anime openings, because that's never been done before. Before we start off with the top 10 itself, I want to make one thing very clear. This is not my top 10 best openings. This is my top 10 favorite openings. It's purely subjective, it's my opinion, and it's fine if you don't agree with that. In fact, if you don't agree with it, I'd like to see your own top 10 down in the comments because, I'd love seeing what you guys think. Anyways, now that we got that out of the way, let's get started with top 10, shall we? So, the number 10 on my list is the 6th opening from Naruto Shippuden called Sign. I had a very long which of the opening from Naruto I should put on this list because I felt like one of them deserved to be here, but I had just so many good ones that I had a hard time choosing just one. But in the end, it's this one. And it's simply because the arc in which this opening plays is on such an epic scale. It's got some really cool scenes, it's got some awesome fight scenes, and well, the opening really benefits from those scenes because it just looks really cool. So it's just a really cool opening, and that's pretty much all it needs to do. It needs to get you hyped for the episode, and that's exactly what it did. So that's why I chose this one here at number 10, Naruto Shippuden, the 6th opening, Sign. Number 9 on my list is the opening for Oroharu Ride, which is a fairly recent slice of life show. I think it aired like last year or something. It's a slice of life show, so basically the entire opening does is, introduce the characters. But it introduces the characters very well. You get a bit of their character already from the opening, and that's pretty cool. Aside from that, basically how they do it is, they put every character in a certain scene, and that's how you learn a bit about their character. But the transition between all those scenes for all the characters are really well done. And, well, I'm a sucker for a good transition, and it just does that really well, aside from, looking really good because, it's fairly new, and also, sounding really good. It just, it's basically the perfect opening for this show, and that's why it's on number 9. Number 8 on my list is the opening for Baccano. I'm kind of disappointed and so low on the list, but well, the other openings are just so great I had to kind of put it here. Baccano, if you're not familiar with it, is basically a character-driven show, and it has a huge cast of characters and all sorts of storylines that clash and do all sorts of stuff. And the opening really embodies the show. You've got all the different characters, just like with our horror rides, and set in a certain scene, so you see what kind of characters they are, and this transition between the scenes are once again really well done. But that's basically the entire opening because there are just so many characters, and every character gets kind of like a still frame with a name on it. It just feels really good. This anime is set in the 30s, I believe, in America, and the music, although it's not actually from the 30s, nor actually from America, it really gets you in the right mood. The opening embodies the show really well, and it's basically what a good opening does. The next entry on the list is the opening for Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun, which is another fairly recent anime, and it's basically an anime, adapted from a manga like many others, but it's about a manga artist. And what they did with the opening is they kind of took panels from the original manga and put those in the background as they were introducing the characters. But that's a really cool idea, and it really fits well with the theme because it's about making manga. Aside from that, it is a really stylized opening and it looked great. And once again, character introductions, they are really well done, and you also get already a feeling for the characters, even if you haven't watched the show yet, which is, well, it's very well done. So the number 6 on my list is a bit different from the other entries on the list. It's the opening for Dead Man Wonderland. If you're not familiar with the opening, it's basically a rock song, which is very rare for anime, but it's pulled off very well over here. Aside from my own musical tastes, which say that I like it, I think it really fits the anime well. Because, well, in the opening there's a lot of screaming, and the lyrics are, not very happy, but it just fits with the show because it's not a happy show, it's kinda sad. And I know I'm getting kind of repetitive here, but it just looks really good. It's got this very quick shots. Aside from that, as I said, I really like the music, although that's mostly personal taste, but I just love screaming along with the lyrics, especially because they are in English. And very well done English, I might add, which is another rare thing for anime. So that's why it made number 6, Dead Man Wonderland. So we're already halfway through the list, and the next entry is the third opening from Sword Art Online 2, which is not confusing at all. If you've seen the show, you might think there wasn't really a third opening, and you might be correct in that statement. It's basically the second version of the second opening. The way it works is kind of, Sword Online 2 was, a two-season series, and, as per usual, it gets a new opening halfway through. But then in the second half, that's basically split up in two arcs as well. And the first one, has its own opening, and the second one changes that opening a bit. The animation style is roughly the same, and it's still the exact same song, but it has it just switched out some background scenes and that sort of stuff with things which better fit that arc. And, well, it might just be because I like that arc better, but I think the scenes just fit better with the music. It sounds really good. Especially the scene at the very beginning of it, where you see these two babies crawling, and they grow up to be little girls, and they start running, and then they jump and they turn into one girl which continues running, and it just looks great. I mean, it's Sword Art Online, so you already know it's gonna look very good because it's fairly new and it's made by a great studio. But it doesn't only look great and sound great, it feels good. Even after I might personally was kind of disappointed with the first half of the second season of Sword Art Online, this opening got me right back into the excitement that I felt at first. And that's really what a good opening does. As I said before, it needs to get you hyped for the episode, and it does very well. And that's why it's here at number 5, Sword Art Online 2, the third opening. So let's continue with the number 4 on my list. The number 4 on my list is the first opening for the World God Unlocked, for the opening for the first season. I said with Naruto that I had kind of a difficult time choosing one opening. That's so much more true for this one. I couldn't fit them all on the list because it would be really samey, but all of them deserve to be here because all of them are great openings. But in the end, I chose the first one because I think it fits the theme a little better. It's kind of split up into two parts, the opening itself. In the first part, you start with a loading screen because the main character is a gamer, and that just fits really well, and you kind of surf through some electronics like Ultron-like. It just looks really cool, and then you see the main characters and all that. But then suddenly halfway through, the song switches tone, and you see the main character, looking at his handheld, and he's walking through the world without paying any attention to it because in the anime itself, he's really disconnected from the real world. And you see the background's changing, they're fading in and fading out, and it looks really cool. But you see him walking without paying any attention to it, and it embodies, the character so well that in the end, I just had to choose the very first one. So that's why it's here on the list. So yeah, we're in metal territory now. My top 3 favorite openings. So at number 3 we have yet another opening where I had a really tough time choosing just one because, well, the series is Croak no Basket and it's got, a lot of openings and pretty much all of them are great. But, I had to choose one to make the list kind of varied, and in the end I chose the very last one of season 3, the 7th opening in total, Memories, because, well, it's a sports anime, so basically what the opening has to do is get you hyped for the show, and that's pretty much exactly what it did. So at the start, you just have the Seren team, walking towards the camera, slowly fading in one by one, and then the camera pulls up to the sky and says Kuroko no Basuke, final stage, and you just get so damn hyped. So yeah, then you have the introduction for all the other teams, which is, really stylized and color-coded to the color of, their team, and the introduction of all the Rakusan members, which are done individually, and they each get, a kind of still frame with their name on it, but also including their play-in number and their basketball position, which I thought was a nice touch for a basketball show. So yeah, it just got me really hyped for the last part of the third season, and oh, that's just what makes this opening great. You get so damn excited, and well, yeah. That's why it's here. That's why it's the number 3 in the bronze. Kuroko no Basuke, number 7, Memories. So now on to the final 2 that actually did make it to the final. Starting with the number 2, it's a show that won't be a surprise for anybody. It's Attack on Titan. The second opening, to be precise. It's just, well, I try really hard not to put this on the list. Not because I think it's a bad opening, not at all. It wouldn't be at second place if I tell it was a bad opening. It's just, everybody's heard of Attack on Titan already. Everybody, I'm not gonna tell anybody anything new by putting it here on the list because it's just so good. I couldn't not put it here on the list. It deserved this spot. Now the only other thing is that I chose the second opening instead of the first one. And a lot of people will disagree with me on that. And well, I can't really explain why I like the second one better. I just do. I mean, they both got great animation, they both got great music, and they're both really great. But the second one, I don't know, I just like it better. I mean, as I said, it's entirely subjective, but I like the second one better than the first one right now, so that's why it's here. At number 2, well deserved, Attack on Titan second opening. So yeah, at number 1, my favorite anime opening of all time, at least for the shows I've watched. It's, you know, the only one that deserves to have a spot higher than Attack on Titan. And again, a lot of people will disagree with me on this, but well, it's my personal list, and this is my personal favorite. It's the opening for Steins Gate. Steins Gate was one of the first anime I watched, but the opening is just so damn great. And even now, after all the other openings I've watched over, you know, my anime watching career, it still remains so damn great. It's got great animation, you know, it's got the cogs and got the clocks and you got all these characters and the looking and you got transitions and it's just great. It's so damn great. And the music, don't even get me started on the music, because every time I hear that, you know, I've watched this opening many times, I've listened to the music about as much, but when I listen to it now, my skin still starts to crawl and it's just, oh, it's just so damn great. I can't really defend it. You know, aside from saying, you know, it's still a great opening despite what anybody says, but it's just, it deserved my number 1 spot because, you know, it just gets me so worked up. It's so damn good. Yeah, number 1, Steins Gate, my favorite anime opening of all time. And yeah, there's not much I can say about it. So yeah, that was the list, my top 10 favorite anime openings. I thoroughly enjoyed making it and I hope you guys liked it as well. I want to thank you all for watching, and once again, if you didn't agree with the list and wish to share your own, please do so in the comments, and if you have any ideas for future top 10s that I could be doing, please post them in the comments as well. I'd love to see them. And well, for now, once again I want to thank you guys for watching, and I guess I'll see you later. Bye!